Alrighty, welcome back, folks. About to head on and do the ECHL's South Division standings for today, the 18th of March 2023. Give us a live look as to what is going on. The South Division, again, the most active division, top to bottom, with just 22 points separating first from last, and just 11 points separating first from sixth as of the beginning of this week. Jacksonville Icemen still sitting on 36 regulation victories. They lose twice, though. They're up to 19 regulation losses so far this year. They've scored just 5 goals this week, up to 190 goals that they have scored. Came into the week with 157 allowed. They've now allowed 167, so they've allowed 10 goals this week. The Florida Everblades grabbed their 33rd victory of the year, dropping Savannah's elimination number down to 3, Orlando down to 8, Atlanta down to 10, South Carolina down to 14, and Greenville down to 14. 33, 17, 4, and 4 for the Everblades. They have scored 7 goals, up to 195. Have allowed 5, up to 172 allowed. For the Greenville Swamp Rabbits, they get their 33rd victory of the year, dropping Savannah's elimination number down to 3, Orlando down to 8, Atlanta down to 10, and South Carolina down to 14. Still 18, or actually 19 now regulation losses for the Swamp Rabbits. Drop their elimination number down to 12 for the division and 13 for second place. 33, 19, 7, and 1 for the Swamp Rabbits. They've scored 8 goals so far this week. Joining the 200 goal club. Came into the week allowing 177. They have allowed 6 so far this week, up to 283 on the year. South Carolina now grabs their 34th victory of the year, dropping Savannah's elimination number down to 3. Orlando's now down into single digits. They're down to 9, and Atlanta down to 10. 34, and then the Stingrays lose their 20th game in regulation, dropping their elimination number to 12 for the division, 13 for second place, and 13 for third. 34, 20, 4, and 1 have scored 6 goals this week. They also joined the 200 goal club and came in allowing 163. They have now allowed 7 this week, out of 170 allowed. Atlanta grabs their 31st victory of the year, dropping Savannah's elimination number down to 6, and Orlando down to 11. 31 victories, dropped their 24th regulation loss of the year, dropping their elimination number down to 8 for the division, 9 for second place, 9 for third, and 9 for the playoffs. 31, 24, 5, and 1 for the Gladiators. Score 7 goals this week and have allowed 12. Orlando Solar Bears, still 29 regulation wins. They dropped their 25th regulation loss. Dropped their elimination round to 6 for the division, 7 for second place, 7 for third, 8 for the playoffs, and then 10 for fifth place, 29-25. And they also lose their 7th game in overtime. Has scored 6 goals this week. They're up to 198. And they have allowed 11 so far this week. Came in allowing 208. They're up to 219 allowed. Savannah grabs their 23rd win of the year. Still 28 regulation losses, 9 overtime losses, and 1 shootout loss for the Ghost Pirates. Have scored 5 goals this week, up to 175, with just 2 allowed. We've allowed 210 now. And just give a quick double check on all of our numbers. Elimination number being 2 for the Ghost Pirates. That is accurate. For Jacksonville, elimination number 4 for the Solar Bears, that is accurate as well. And, or excuse me, 6. 6 is the elimination number for the Solar Bears. It is 8 for Atlanta, 12 now for South Carolina and Greenville, and it is still 14 for Florida. Again, so Florida with still that one game in hand on the Iceman. Again, with all the tiebreakers, the only Jacksonville's one of the is the looks like the division leader with the fewest regulation wins. They've only got 24. They've had 11 overtime wins this year, as well as one shootout win. So that does hurt the Icemen a lot in terms of tiebreakers. They're actually still +9 on Savannah in terms of tiebreakers in that regard. But then Florida, of course, does have the tiebreaker. They're +5 on the Icemen right now. Elimination number for the Ghost Pirates for the division, or for second place, excuse me, is 3. 7 for Orlando, 9 for Atlanta. Those are all accurate. And then 13 for both Greenville and South Carolina. That is accurate. And then where are we with Greenville? The elimination number 3 for the Ghost Pirates. That is accurate. And again, right now they are still +8. So again, with 11 games remaining for the Ghost Pirates, they have to be +11 in the tiebreaker for us to eliminate one of the elimination number for that in terms of the tiebreaker. 7 for Greenville, or for Orlando. For Greenville to eliminate Orlando, we should say. 9 for Atlanta. That is the accurate number there. And then 13 is the number to eliminate the Stingrays. All right. Magic number 3 for Savannah to eliminate the Ghost Pirates. It is 5 to eliminate the Solar Bears, and it is actually 4 to eliminate the or 7, excuse me. I said 5, it was 5 more than Savannah, and it's actually 4 more than Savannah, which is 7. Completely my mistake. I'll get that cleared up here for you, folks. Again, that number of victories, 34 for South Carolina on the year. They are +10 on Orlando on regulation wins. So drop that number by 1 more. That magic number is actually going to be 6 for the for the Stingrays to eliminate the Solar Bears. The magic number is now 9 to eliminate the Gladiators. And again, being they're just +2 on Atlanta, so they cannot clinch that one yet, but that number is 9. For Atlanta, magic number 6 to eliminate Savannah, and then that number is 10 to eliminate Orlando. And then for the Solar Bears, magic number is 7 to eliminate Savannah. So again, as the things stand right now, nothing has changed in the standings. Jacksonville, Florida, and then Greenville. Florida, of course, with the tiebreaker over Greenville by virtue of their 29 regulation wins. Again, they still have 2 games in hand. A lot to still be decided in that Southern Division, so keep your eyes peeled if you are a fan of anybody from Jacksonville to Orlando. I am sorry for the amount of stress that they're going to cause you down the stretch, but that is incredibly entertaining hockey with about a month left to go in the ECHL's regular season. There is only 10 points separating first and sixth in the South Division, so buckle up, folks.